Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Let's get in some front page news.
Absolutely.
Let's get into it. Morning. Happy Thursday, y'all. Day 3 of the DNC. Yeah, it's in the books. And Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, he accepted the party's vice presidential nomination on Wednesday. He thanked Vice President Kamala Harris for making him a part of the journey and called the opportunity the honor of his life. Let's hear more from Walz at the DNC.
Thank you, first of all, to Vice President Harris. Thanks for putting your trust in me and for inviting me to be part of this incredible campaign. We're all here tonight for one beautiful, simple reason. We love this country. I know guns. I'm a veteran. I'm a hunter. And I was a better shot than most Republicans in Congress, and I got the trophies to prove it. So I don't know about you. I'm ready to turn the page on these guys. So go ahead. Say it with me. We're not going back.
That's what the crowd was chanting last night. The 60-year-old Minnesota governor said he's proud to have protected abortion rights in his state. He and his wife are also endured an IVF journey. He also talked about gun control, adding, our first responsibility is to keep our kids safe. He said if Donald Trump wins, Medicare will be in jeopardy and abortion rights will be stripped away. Meanwhile, former President Bill Clinton, he also took the stage at the DNC on Wednesday night, applauding President Biden for giving up political power and exiting the 2024 race. Now, Clinton said Vice President Kamala Harris has a lot of experience serving people. And without saying names, he accused the former President Trump of only caring about himself. I'll skip that audio clip since we're running short on time. Now, Clinton, who is 78, he also joked about being younger than Trump and praised that the Harris-Walz ticket, calling the pair of two leaders who spent a lifetime of getting the job done. And Oprah Winfrey, she made a surprise appearance at the DNC last night. Winfrey said the Democrats stand together. It is possible to be conquered. She implored the crowd to stand up to bullies. She also talked about body autonomy and what freedom means to her. Let's hear from Winfrey.
We're now so fired up. We can't wait to leave here and do something. Now, there's a certain candidate that says if we just go to the polls this one time, that we'll never have to do it again. Well, you know what? You're looking at a registered independent who's proud to vote again and again and again because I'm an American and that's what Americans do.
Now, Winfrey, she has had a long standing of supporting Democratic candidates despite being an independent. Now, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, he also took the stage along with former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, Maryland Governor, my governor, Wes Moore, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro. And the night also saw performances by Stevie Wonder, John Legend, and Sheila E., and poet Amanda Gorman. Now, today is the last day of the convention, and Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to accept the party's nomination for president.
I must say, like most things, the DNC is better on TV because I like to actually watch stuff. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't get to see one speech last night and was actually upset about it.
Because you were doing interviews.
Yeah, I was wondering because you guys were still broadcasting. I had to switch over to CNN to actually watch it.
Yeah, I wanted to see Wes Moore spoke last night too, right? Am I tripping?
That's what she said, yep.
Yeah, no, he did. Absolutely. I didn't know that. We would have, got you straight. Reach out,
I wanted to see Governor
get the resources
Shapiro
going.
Yeah, I wanted to see Secretary Pete. I wanted to see Oprah. And when you broadcast and you don't get to see nothing. And then when the broadcast over, like folks is wanting to talk to you while speeches is going on, I'd rather be, sitting at home. Nobody better bother me tonight when the vice president talking either, okay? We all need to be sitting down, watching, listening to hear what she got to say.
Sir, if they were drinking last night, they're sleeping right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, unless you're me.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Morgan.
Thank you.
Morgan said, unless you me. Morgan, you was drunk last night? You was one of them drunk people?
No, I was just saying, drunk off tiredness. We here in this morning, so it is what it is.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Call us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up. Early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Lauren LaRosa is filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey. So former President Trump, of course, he's responding to the Obama speeches at the Democratic National Convention on Tuesday night. Let's hear more from President Trump.
Thank you very much. As always, you are special, special people, great women. They love our country. We defeated ISIS. We killed the world's top terrorists. We secured our borders. We achieved energy independence. We stood up to China. We protected Israel. We made peace in the Middle East with the Abraham Accords, and more. We did things like nobody ever heard of.
Yes, so yesterday at a rally in New York, Trump said, they always say, sir, please stick to policy. Don't get personal. And yet they're getting personal. Former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama, of course, repeatedly took jabs at Trump during their keynote speeches at the DNC. Obama brought up what he described as Trump's weird obsession with crowd sizes. Meanwhile, Michelle Obama questioned, who's going to tell him that the office he's seeking might be one of those black jobs? Of course, we saw both of those clips going viral. Meanwhile, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will reportedly drop out of the 2024 race and support former President Trump. He says he will address the American people on Friday about the present historical moment and his path forward. The independent candidate has failed to gain traction in his campaign and is struggling to get on the ballot. This also comes as Beyonce is reportedly threatening the Trump campaign with a cease and desist order. Rolling Stone reports that the threat of the superstars team came after Trump campaign spokesperson posted a video clip of former president getting off his plane to Beyonce's song Freedom. Now, the Harris campaign has quickly received permission from Beyonce to use the song after she entered the race from the White House. Trump so much has not. He has been issued a number of cease and desist orders from musicians for using their songs during his campaign, including Ozzy Osbourne, Celine Dion, and the estate of Isaac Hayes, to name a few. Also, yesterday during the
law.
You think it should be fair and balanced that everybody should be able to use music like that?
No, I think that when you use somebody's music unauthorized, it should be an automatic fine, because I don't think people are scared of cease and desist. And once you already air the commercial, I mean, you kind of already get your win anyway, right?
Yeah. And by the time it gets to court and all that stuff past the letter, it's like the damage is already done.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
I mean, that's insightful. So yesterday, also during the DNC, in a BIN exclusive, Black Information Network exclusive, I spoke with St. Paul, Minnesota Mayor Melvin Carter. Now, he is the first Black mayor of his city. We're not as far as we think we are. We're not as far ahead as we think we are. But he spoke to me about representation, how his reparations initiative intersects with economic development. And shout out to 102.5 in the Twin Cities. Let's hear more from Mayor Carter.
We have a community called Old Rondo that was a historic, thriving African-American community that was uprooted to build a freeway like many communities around our country do. We've launched a fund to provide up to $110,000 in fully forgivable financing to help descendants of Old Rondo purchase or renovate a home. We've eliminated late fines in our libraries, eliminated participation fees for youth sports. And so we're doing all of this to just say that our work around economic development, historically people say like economic development is building a building or recruiting a company. Those things are important. Our first job around economic development is making sure our residents have the capacity to feed their children, to pay the rent, and to build a better future for our next generation. And so that's the work that we're trying to launch ourselves into.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I met quite a few Black mayors last night at the DNC. Towns I never even heard of, like my man Michael Owens from Mableton, Georgia. He said it's right by Atlanta. Salute to Mayor Michael Owens.
And that is not Atlanta. No, I'm just kidding. But speaking of diversity, MIT says it's in. Speaking of diversity and unrelated to the DNC, MIT says its incoming freshman class is less diverse because of last year's Supreme Court decision to reject affirmative action. The Massachusetts school said about 16% of the class of 2028 are Black, Hispanic, Native American, and Pacific Islander. You see how they roped everybody into that 16%? Mm-hmm. Now, that's down from about 25% in recent years. It's the first incoming class since the court ruled race-based admissions violate the Constitution's Equal Protection Clause. That's absolutely crazy. And before I go, let me just shout out Bossip for including me in the Baddies of Radio lineup. I just want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Well, I appreciate y'all. Baddies of Radio?
Yeah, they had like, the baddest girls in radio, and I was included, and I was like, well, thanks. I see y'all. Thank y'all for seeing me, because I usually keep my head down and do the work, but we out here. So yeah, that's your front page news. It's up. Yeah, that's your front page news. You guys can follow me on social at Morgan Media, MorganMedia. And for more news coverage and updates from the DNC, make sure you're following at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com. breakfastclub.com, y'all. Talk to y'all later.
All right.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.